Hi, my name is Karen and I'm doing a video tonight on a consultation with Christian, and this is the second video posted tonight. We brought his laptop over and using his laptop, so my sound on the video would actually be loud and you could hear me. So first, Christian, this is an informed consent. If you want to read these five items here, it'll explain to you why we're doing it and the consent that you're giving. Can you read them out loud, please?
I request the tape recorded or video recorder to be turned off at any time. May request that the tape be turned off, therefore be erased. I may terminate this permission to tape at any time. The purpose of taping is for use in training and supervision. This will allow the above referenced counselor in training to consult with his or her assigned supervisors in an individual or a group supervision format, who may listen to the tape alone or in presence of another counselor in training involved in direct supervision. The contents of these tape sessions are confidential and information will not be shared outside the context of individual and group supervision. The tapes will be stored in a secure location and will be used for any other purpose without any explicit written permission. The tapes will be erased after they have served their purpose.
Just sign and date it for me, please.
Yes.
Today is the 27th. Thank you, Christian.
Awesome.
Christian is a school teacher and he teaches auto mechanics. So he's going to share the issues that he's having in school.
So I have this one student and I'm under the suspicion that he's been getting high at work or coming to work under the influence.
Okay.
But I haven't been able to prove that.
Okay.
Sloppy work, laziness, he reeks, but I can't prove it.
Can you elaborate on what you mean by he reeks?
It's like a skunk, almost.
That would be in reference to
Marijuana.
Okay.
Is what I'm assuming. By the lack of work ethic and the red eyes.
So if I understand what you're saying is you're telling me that you have a student in class that's coming to class and he smells like he's under the influence of marijuana. He's being lazy. He's not putting forth an effort to do the assignments. Is that correct? Okay. So have any of the other students noticed the smell or his actions or behaviors?
If they have, I haven't noticed.
Any other teachers discussed this with you?
A couple.
What have they said?
Basically, same complaints I've had. Lack of work ethic, mainly.
Okay. So when you say lack of work ethic, what does that mean?
He's not doing what is assigned to him to completion, not even half-ass.
Can you explain what's expected of him?
He's expected to have his assignments done and able to present them and show us that he knows the material, but he's not getting an effort.
Have you pulled him aside, Christian, and talked to him about his actions and behaviors?
A little bit. He just brushes them off, though.
And what does that mean when you say brushes it off? What does he say to you?
Yeah, obviously he's denying it, but kind of acting like he doesn't care.
Okay.
Just kind of brushes it off,
Okay. Have you attempted to call his parents and have an intervention with them, or
I have not.
you have not? Have you thought about that?
I have.
What would be the process or the intervention that you would have with the parents? What would that look like?
With them included, like the intervention to him or talking to them.
Or let's go with him first.
With him, I would hope to have maybe his friends, his parents, kind of talk to him about how he's throwing away an opportunity just because he wants to get high before class, but I'm not too sure how to go about doing that.
With him?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What is his actions when he's not under the influence? Do you ever see? Are you able to interact with him when he's supposedly not under the influence?
I feel like over the past few months, it's gotten worse because he used to do all his work. He used to put in a full effort, and that's why it's so easy to notice that he's not anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And it's definitely not the curriculum. It's either he doesn't care or he's high and he doesn't care because he's high.
So what would you say to him during this intervention with him?
I feel like I would put out the opportunity that he's going to be missing out on if he can't complete all of his work that needs to be done and what he'd be throwing away.
What would the opportunity be for him?
A job, a career path to going down that he knows easily, especially if he has the curriculum down.
What do you think his reaction might be?
Maybe a bit hesitant, maybe a bit defensive.
Okay. So when he gets defensive, would you be able to de-escalate that defensiveness? Okay. All right. So what would the interaction with his parents look like for you?
I'm sure I could just sit them down and explain, to be able to confirm and deny my suspicions because, they live with him. They know more about him as an individual, and hopefully they agree.
Would you, have you interacted with his parents before in any form or fashion?
I've talked to them on the phone a couple times.
And how was that conversation?
Pretty formal, but short.
Okay. Sorry for the cat. So, sorry about the cat. So, have you thought about an appropriate timeline when you'd like to address this issue with him?
As soon as possible. Semester's almost over. And he's on the verge of failing. It's not quite there yet, so as soon as possible, so he can be able to pick back up.
Okay. Is there anything he can do to receive a passing grade? What would a passing grade be? A D or a C?
Let's see. In the D range.
What could he do to what could you offer him as positive reinforcement for him to raise that to a C?
Or I could go back on some of his assignments if he shows me that he knows what needs to be done and how to do it. If he can show me that, then I'm sure I could pass him. Easy.
Have you talked to the principal about this? No? Do you think it's gotten far enough to where you're going to have to before you address this issue?
Hopefully not. If it continues, then perhaps.
All right. So, I think that's a good start, talking to him and giving him some positive reinforcement. Being a teenager, I can remember the defiance that I had when I was addressed by teachers. So, do you feel like your relationship is built pretty good with him?
That's all right. It's not a bad relationship.
Okay, good. So I think that's good to sit him down first and talk to him and kind of explain the positive things that can lie ahead for him by finishing this class. And then I would also explain to him that if this doesn't work, if he cannot show an improvement within, do you think a week or two is acceptable? Or
more than acceptable.
Okay. Then his parents will have to be brought in and sit down maybe with the principal. Does that sound adequate for you?
Yeah, we can give that a shot.
So the things we talked about today was that your student smells of marijuana and it's affecting his work, your assumptions, and that you're going to have an intervention with him and then possibly with his parents to help him get back on track. One more question. Is summer school a possibility for him to do any changes?
Yeah, of course. Hopefully he won't need it, but...
All right. Well, thank you, Christian, for coming in today. Is there anything else you need to talk about? Any other issues going on? All right. Well, thank you for your time, and I hope that you come to a positive solution for your student.
Of course.
All right.